Yo, what's up, everybody? How's it going today? I'm just gonna give it a few minutes, let some people log on, and then we'll start our live stream, all right? Hope you guys are doing good. Hopefully you took some of my advice there, guys, right? Told you guys it was gonna drop, and what happened? It ended up dropping. My long-term predictions are usually spot on when it comes to Bitcoin, plus or minus a few $1,000s or percentages. But I believe that I spend more time looking at the macroeconomic fundamentals of Bitcoin and of crypto more than the average Joe. So that was a good prediction. I'm very happy with that. I got to shed some of my position and I'm ready to buy back in, guys. Like, I'm fucking ready. I have about $250,000 that I'm going to transfer in 1 week to Binance. And then in about 1 month, another 250K. So $500,000 of cash on hand, ready to buy this next dip on top of some of the profits I've already taken as well. So I finally got a haircut. If you guys don't know, this is Philakone crypto at its finest. Okay, let's begin in just like a minute or two. Oh, you guys always want to see my dog. I'll get her for you. Come on, Mango. Ooh, Tokyo. Come on, Tokyo. Let's go say hi to everybody. Alrighty. Okay, Tokyo, you want to say hi to everybody? Which camera do you want to see, huh? Do you want to see this camera? Do you want to go to this one? Hi, everybody. My name is Tokyo. I'm the original Satoshi Nakamoto. Okay. So what price am I looking at for Bitcoin? I'm looking at anywhere between 34 to 37K, and I'll talk about why as well. I'll go over some of the charts that I've been looking at that I'm going to use to evaluate my particular entries, okay? Anyways, this is Tokyo. She's the best trader in the world. She's about 3 months old right now, and she's going to liquidate every single one of you. If you can give advice to the market right now or to anybody that wants to become a professional trader, what would you tell them? I would tell them to leverage 100x. I would tell them to always try to leverage the most that they can. Yeah, don't ever stop yourself out. Just hope for the best. That's really bad advice, you know that? Okay, guys, let's start. I'm in live stream, sweetie. Alrighty, let's start. Let's get a little bit serious. Okay, so thank you for joining me. For those that are new to my channel, my name is Phil, or Philakone is my real name. I've been in crypto for about 9 years now. Started off as a mechanical engineer, making like about 50, 60K a year. Then now I turned into a degenerate day trader, where I also run a Discord group. And I have a lot of followers on Twitter that I absolutely hate and don't like to communicate with. And I do these live streams that I just absolutely despise. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. I fucking love all of you. Yeah, I used to love my job. I used to love that feeling. Honest, do you guys know that feeling of getting a new job? That you go in, you're dressing up, you're like so proud of yourself for getting this position. You're like feeling like you're a big part of the team. You're contributing. You're a member of this well-oiled machine, and you're like really proud of it. Like, that's how I felt as an engineer. You know, I'm contributing to something. I'm building things. I'm designing things. I'm approving things. Felt so good to like wear the suit and tie every day, to have these meetings, right? And then after you do it for a few years, it's like, fuck, I gotta wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning or 7. I gotta get ready. I gotta go to this job Monday to Friday, literally 50 weeks out of the year, because the other 2 weeks you're given a vacation that's paid for, that's barely paid for. You know, you make like, say, even 70K a year. You'd be fucking lucky if you can actually save like even $1,000 or $2,000 a month. Because if you think about it, let's say you're making like 60K a year, the tax man is going to take 40% of that right away. So you're left with $36,000. $36,000, divide that by 12 months, that's only $3,000 a month, okay, that you're taking home. Your rent is about 1,200 or 1,500. You got your phone bills, you got your transportation bills, whether it's your car, gas, or bus tickets, or the metro or the subway. You got food that you got to pay for as well, and you got all these other bills like utilities. You got your water bill, you got your electricity bill, your hydro bill, natural gas bill. And then at the end of that $3,000, you'd be so fucking lucky if you can even save $500 to $1,000 of that. And maybe at the end of the year, you get 2 weeks off, you can actually take a vacation. And now do this for the rest of your life till you're about 65. Then by the time, it only took me 2 years of doing that to realize, what the fuck am I doing with my life? And then that's where crypto came into my life around 2015. This is my 9th year. Started to make some serious money mining Ethereum and also selling Ethereum when I bought it low in 2015, 2016. So 2017, sold it for $350,000 and then just rode the bull market with OmiseGo, IOTA, EOS, XRP, and Ethereum. And then I realized that there's no fucking way I'm ever going to be a slave to society and work that job where I'm making $60K a year or making $100,000 a year just to fucking barely get by. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the people that are doing that. We need people to build these bridges, to work in the public sector, to be civil servants, right? And do the things that a lot of people may not want to do, right? We need people to keep this civilization going. And I completely understand that. I respect all the people that do it, but I'm just saying that there's a time where you might want to break out of what you're doing and strive for a lot more, to have more for yourself, for your family, and especially not have to worry about the stresses of everyday bullshit like, fuck, can I take a vacation this year? Like, for example, last year, I surprised my parents with a vacation to Hawaii, took them on a 9-day cruise, stayed in a 5-star hotel, and 2 times a year we do something huge. This April, I'm surprising them for a trip to Paris in France, and then we're flying them all here, all business class, all 5 stars. And the cool thing about that is I don't really worry about how much I'm spending because I've worked so hard in crypto over 9 years that if I were a mechanical engineer, it would be like, what the fuck am I doing? I could never imagine making $60,000 a year and trying to fly your parents to a vacation in Europe. If you're like American or something, it's not gonna fucking happen. It would take forever for you to save up to do it. That's why I'm telling you guys right now to listen to my advice that I'm giving you. It's not what's gonna happen exactly, but what I'm saying is that I've been in the market a long time. I have a high accuracy rate. I started from nothing at all. I worked my way up from being one of those servants as an engineer to doing well in crypto. And I want to see you guys put in the time, put in the effort as well to perhaps strive for a lot more than where you are right now, to want more. And this is the final last bull market that you will ever be able to make any type of monstrous ROIs because of diminishing returns. Diminishing returns when the crypto market cap is too high and it's so saturated with many coins and every single sector is already out there and clearly defined, like GameFi, DeFi, right? Or currency as well. When Bitcoin's $200,000, it's going to be really fucking hard for it to double to 400K. Do you know what I mean? So because as the price of Bitcoin gets higher, as the market cap gets higher for crypto, you're not going to find these monstrous ROIs anymore, okay? So you got to put in this time now, and I'm going to explain to you really quickly about the Bitcoin halving again, like I always do to remind you guys, okay? So let's get into this. So ROI, okay, year-to-date ROI is always a good year. I'm going to show you guys the years of the Bitcoin, okay, the years of the Bitcoin halvings, okay? So 2016 and 2020, okay, were the Bitcoin halving years. So let's just say, what the fuck? No, Ben, get out of here, Ben. Okay, so at the beginning of 2016, let's just pretend that you bought it at the beginning of 2016, all right? So 2016, you bought Bitcoin, and then you just held it throughout the whole year of the halving year. You would be up 2.24%, okay? 2.24 times. So when Bitcoin in 2016 okay, was low, right? It was like around, it doesn't show the price here, okay? It just shows the ROI. Okay, you would have made a 2.25% return. That's a lot. 225x, okay? Now in 2020, if you had just bought it, okay? I keep clicking that by accident. If you guys just bought at the beginning of the halving year, okay? At the end of the year, you would actually be up about 4.01, okay? 4.01. Okay, so I just showed you both years. It goes up during the halving years. But the next year after that, okay? The next year after the halving years, this is what always happens. So after 2017, okay, which was the year after the halving year, that was the bull market year. Okay, if you bought it at the beginning of after the halving year, okay, so say you bought in 2025, that's the equivalent. Your ROI would have been about 15 at the end of that bull market year. 15, okay? Now in 2021, similar, okay? So if you bought at the beginning of the year, right? Not that big, but diminishing returns. And because we had different movements in that market, your ROI would have been 1.58. So I'm just showing you guys from data in the past that if you buy at the beginning of the halving year or at the beginning of the year after the halving year, you will be up. That's what history shows us right now. Now, another thing is, okay, I'm always going to show these charts, guys. The Bitcoin halving year in the first cycle in 2016, if you bought it at the beginning of the 2016 halving year and you just held it till the end of the next bull market, right? So you would have made a 30.13 return, 30x, 30x. Now the next cycle was 2020 to 2021. If you bought it at the beginning of the year of that halving in 2020 and you held it, you would have been up 7.86%. So why would you think anything would be different, okay? There's been shit ton of macroeconomic conditions and federal elections all around similar to those times as well. Now there's even more regulation that's going on, okay? And it will be adopted. 40% of the countries in the world is having a federal election right now. In 2024, there will be monetary policies in place that will allow us to buy more crypto. Crypto is going to be regulated, and that's a good thing. All these people are like crying that their exchanges, they can't trade on their exchange anymore. Binance is out of my country. Well, this is like a small sacrifice right now for a bigger gain. And I hope you guys understand that. It's all about regulation. And eventually, when crypto gets regulated enough, these exchanges will move back into your country. It's just a matter of time to protect the people, first of all, and to protect investors. So if you guys were really serious about getting into a long-term investment, the time to get into it is near the halving event, in my opinion, okay? This is not financial advice. This is what I am doing. I am going to buy my huge portfolio, like add more to it near the halving time, maybe 2 months before, maybe 2 months after, but that's what I plan to do. Okay, so let's take a look at also the historical risk levels right now. Okay, so what the risk level refers to on a scale of 0 to 1. Okay, whenever Bitcoin is getting close to the top of a bull market, see the red line? That refers to the risk. Okay, and Bitcoin here. And here, this refers to the price of Bitcoin, all right? So as the price of Bitcoin gets closer to the all-time high, the risk level also gets closer to 1. And we can see here, the peak of the 2013 bull market was around here, right? And we see that the risk is always getting closer to 1. So you would say that anything around 0.8 and up is very dangerous, okay? So if you see in 2017, anything like 0.7, after 0.7, it literally just went mother effing parabolic. Do you see that? Right here, okay? This is 2017. This is the price of Bitcoin as it goes up. And then you see the risk level, it spikes up after it breaks resistances around 0.7. It just goes up to 1. So what you need to always be aware of is the historical risk levels and when it gets above 0.8. So when it gets above 0.8, you might want to consider easing out of your position slowly. It would make sense. And then every time the historical risk level is below, for example, 0.3 those are really good times to buy, okay? Really good time to start dollar cost averaging. And as we can see right now, we see that the risk level is starting to slowly drop, okay? It's already dropped a significant amount, okay? So we see it's dropping lower and lower. The lower the risk is, the better of a time it is for you to get into the market, okay? Just based off of this chart itself. Now, if you take a look at the fear and the greed index right now, we see that whenever there's a massive rally in the bull market, what we're always going to see is massive green. And green refers to huge amount of greed, okay, to the upside. So when it's red, that's fear. So right now, we're kind of in the middle, okay? Like we're kind of in the middle, okay? Actually, we're right in the middle. We're at 50. So fear is at 50, greed's at 50. We're kind of neutral right now, okay? So right as it gets lower and lower, what's going to happen is the fear is going to get higher and it's going to get more red, much darker red. The darker the red and the more fear there is in the market, it's usually going to correlate to a lower risk level. And if there's a correlation with a lower risk level and lots of fear in the market, that is your time to buy. And that just goes to the saying that when there's blood in the streets, that's when you buy, okay? So I'm just trying to walk you guys through the steps of preparing how to exit the market when you are getting close, or when we're getting closer to an all-time high. Because you cannot be one of those people that holds through the 2017 bull market, the 2021 bull market. Now you're going to hold through the next bull market. Don't be one of those fucking people that are like, oh, I put in $10,000. I was up like $1.5 million. Yeah, but I did nothing. And then now they're back down to $30,000 of profit. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, knowing how to exit the market is extremely important. So you must understand how you're going to exit the market, right? So you guys have a portfolio, I'm sure of it. Have you actually sat down and thought about how am I going to exit the market? What market conditions will I use to exit the market? Okay. What metrics will I use? What indicators will I use? You have to sit down and think about these kind of things. Or you can just follow me in the Discord group, and I plan to be very, very accurate and give people very good predictions based off of all these charts and what I know so far. Okay, so anyways, I will talk more about this over time. Bitcoin has dropped, okay? I'm going to show you guys a really funny post, okay? Never be this guy, okay? Okay, if you guys want to follow me on Facebook, you're welcome to. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I am the real Philakone. Follow me on social media to see behind the scenes. Okay, so this was a funny one right here. I said that Bitcoin attempts to smash a 42-day support at $40,300 range. Number one comment, pretty funny. Never be this cocky. I think we hold support, high or low. We're in an uptrend / bull market. I'll do the opposite of what you all expect. I've gone long 25x leverage, right? And this guy's like, come back in a couple of days to apologize. Screen grab this. Never be that cocky because it's going to bite you in the ass. If he actually did leverage 25x, he's fucked right now because Bitcoin fucked him over. But what I'm saying is, if you have, I'm not trying to make fun of him. Okay, the point of that showing you is that you can never be that biased. If you are that biased ever, it's going to come back and bite you in the butt. You have to be prepared for situations that are going to go against what you believe. If you believe that we're only bullish, how are you going to prepare for the worst case scenarios, right? Oh, I've been bullish forever. I'm going to stay bullish. I'm not even going to think about a bearish situation. That's exactly the mentality that people have. And that's when they don't know how to exit the market and they see all of their profits diminish. You got to be prepared for both scenarios. The best investors and traders, they react as data comes in. They don't just stay biased towards one direction, okay? So why did I title this video, It Broke a 112-Day Support? Let me show you. Because ever since this news here, this news right here, okay? This news right there, that's when the BlackRock, they appealed, or not appealed, but they received their decision from the SEC that denied them the spot ETF, but they got like a new list of things to work on to get approved, right? So they were going to apply for it again. That's when that news came in. And that's when Bitcoin started to rally really, really hard, right? So right here, what we see is we see that the volatility changes from red to green. And the volatility is the best indicator of momentum to the upside or of a trend. So if the trend is green, there's no reason to believe it's going to change until it actually does. So this was a 112-day massive rally that occurred. And this rally ended up moving about 82%. So it's about time that you have a trend change, okay? You can't just stay bullish forever. So this is the count. This is my count. I believe that the count for Elliott wave theory is something like this. Something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4 is coming down, okay? 4 is coming down. 5 is probably going to be hit sometime a little bit after the halving, in my opinion, okay? This one barely retraced. Okay, this one only got to the 236. So by the rule of alternation, I expect the fourth wave to drop further. So the rule of alternation says that if wave 2 barely retraces, wave 4 is more likely to have a deeper retracement, unless it was very bullish, which it's not. It already fell through the 382. So I expect it to hit somewhere between the 0.5 Fibonacci, which is at 37K, and the golden ratio, which is at 34K. So my target stands at 37 to 34K. All right. So then if we stay bullish and we hold in that green box, I'm probably going to guess it's going to be like, it's going to be a while, guys. It's going to be, I'm guessing like okay, realistically, this is what I expect. I expect maybe a month before the halving to like maybe a month after the halving. So like maybe like May 12, or let's give it about a week. Okay, so sometime, and here, this is March 12, at the beginning of March, okay, right around here. In this green box exactly, sometime between like March 1st and March 20th, which is about 6 weeks plus or minus the halving on April 12, okay? So 6 weeks before or 6 weeks after, I expect it to bounce, okay? It could be before, even a little bit before, a little bit after, but realistically, we've always had some capitulation a few months before or after the halving event. So why would it not happen again? It's likely to happen. History repeats itself. Bitcoin has repeated itself many, many cycles now. For 3 cycles in 2013, in 2017, 2021, it has all repeated itself in a very similar manner. And there's no reason we should think otherwise until it happens. So I believe we will get a deeper retracement to 34K, and that's going to be great. Okay, so that's my prediction. So for liquidation heat maps, a lot of prices got taken out, guys. Okay, so if you see right here, right around, do you see the yellow? I don't know if you guys can see it, but see that yellow there? Between 40,200 and 40,100, okay? This is where the liquidations were, where people were long. So if the prices dropped enough to these price points, people that were long, they would be forced hard to sell their positions and help out the bears. Okay, so that's how liquidations work. If you're in a long position, well, how do you exit it? You have to sell. And when you sell, it ends up helping the bears push down further. So you can see that when that got liquidated, it came right back up to that zone. And then it just completely fell down and continued to the downside. So right now, the next liquidation zone that we see, let's take a look. Probably 37K, I'm guessing. Doesn't really show right now. Doesn't show. There's not enough data, and people are confused as fuck right now. Actually, let's zoom out a little bit further. 3 month. So there's nothing really right now. Like 38K, like maybe a little bit around here, 37. Yeah, around 38K. This concentration around here, 38K. Where you see it getting darker with yellow and the teal. I would say 38K, but right now there's nothing even supporting right now from like 39K to 38K. So I think we're just going to eventually free fall further. Okay, let's give you guys a deeper analysis of what really happened, okay? So we had a 42-day support. The 42-day support started from here, Okay, like down over here. Around right there. 40,200, whatever. Okay? And then we didn't break it the first time. We got like, don't ever see a support as a number, like, or a resistance as one specific number. See it as a range always, because there's gonna be lots of fake outs. Do you guys see this range where we see wick, 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 and then on the lower time frame, we got a wick there, bounced up, got a wick there, bounced up, and then finally we smashed through it. So I was upstairs in the bed, and I wanted to trade it, but you need something called aggregate trades. If you guys don't know what aggregate trades is, this is what you need to trade, okay? There's no ways around it. You need to have aggregate trades because it takes the compilation of every single exchange and gives you one mega chart. But this is what you're looking for the most, okay? Not this one. This one's silly. I'm gonna remove that one. Okay. So this is what you need. You need this right here. This is what window is that called? That one's called the counters, the buy and the sell intervals. So do you guys see right here? Do you see? This is the center. In the last 30 seconds, it shows that it's about even, right? And then after a minute, it shows the minute as well. So in the past minute, it's telling you which side is pushing more, left or right. And then it also shows you here on the 5 minute or the 15. I'm going to add a 5 minute as well. 5 minute, okay, and the 15 minute and the 30 minute. So it's going to show you over all of it which side it's pushing towards more. So when you're trading Bitcoin, you need to have this, okay? And there's also sounds as well, okay? There's sounds that you're able to hear, okay? Where's the sounds? So here's the audio. Why is it there? Okay, so it's on now. So you're going to be able to hear the sounds. See, I don't know if you guys hear it. Listen. You guys hear? So when it sells, you can gauge it by the actual sounds of here. If it's buying a lot, it has a stronger sound. If it's selling a lot, it has a stronger sound to the downside. So you're using this to trade crypto, okay? So this is very important to use in my opinion. All right, guys? So aggregate trades definitely needed hands down. So I was in bed and I needed this when Bitcoin's volatile. So I wasn't able to trade this at all. I was only able to make $1,700 on this yesterday. I was really pissed off, but I didn't want to come down and wake up my stupid puppy because she was sleeping and she would start crying. So here we go, guys. Bitcoin is dropping exactly as I'm saying. Like if you take a look at these levels, look how red it is. Look at it. Look in the past 5 minutes, okay? 62.4 million, right? And this only accounts for large orders, okay? It only accounts, see, some guy just sold 1.5 million, 38 Bitcoins. So in the past few minutes, this is just showing, okay, it's just showing a compilation of big sellers, okay? So $76 million, 80 million is being sold, but 52 only bought. You can just look at this right here, and it's going to show you which side it's pushing more, right? So you need this when you're trading a day where Bitcoin's volatile and there's altcoins that are moving heavy as well. This needs to be in the background, okay? If it's not in the background, you're going to fuck it up. You use this in the background because usually altcoins are going to move the same way that Bitcoin moves as well, or Bitcoin's going to influence the altcoin. So if you start to see Bitcoin sell off really heavy, you might want to close your altcoin long position, right? So this is a great way to look at it as well. So we see that this was the one that I entered on, okay? I entered on the first break. I was like, fuck it, I'm in bed. I'm just going to enter it, right? I entered there with like $380,000. And then it retested, but it was kind of too late for me. So I'm like, fuck it, right? And then I went to bed around midnight. And then, of course, in the morning, it had to almost retest it again. That would have been a really good one right there. Or you guys could have entered it on the break over here, right? So there was a lot of opportunities to enter. See, so when they broke this range, you should have 100% entered it, right? Because, you know, if you take a look at the 15-minute chandelier exit indicator after the break, it's just trending, man. Like, you could have entered easily right around the red chandelier exit indicator too. In fact, you would still be in a short position right now. There's no reason for you to be exited. So based off of it's even tighter. On the 5 minute time frame, if you're in a short right now, there's no reason for you to exit until it breaks green on the indicator, okay? So it's been going kind of long. I can talk all day, man, about metrics and charts and Bitcoin and shit like that. So right now, the general bias is the market is very bearish right now. There's actually not a single coin on the market, I don't believe there is at least, that's trending bullishly above the 4-hour chandelier exit indicator, except for Pendle, or sorry, RLC, and I think Pyth broke finally. Pyth broke, and Aster broke as well. I was watching this yesterday hard. I even talked about it in the Discord group, but it happened. It happened when I wasn't watching, I suppose. It happened at midnight, that's why. Check this out. Like, how perfect is that, guys? A perfect trend line drawn with multiple points, okay? Just look how, if you caught this trade, look how perfect it was. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, 4 points, 5 points, and also the 4-hour chandelier exit indicator. So when they broke that around there, you should have entered a position 100%. And this coin, Aster, dropped 10% already. So there's not a single coin that's bullish except for RLC and Pyth above the 4-hour chandelier exit right now. Everything else in the market is entirely bearish. Does this mean you should be looking for short positions? Maybe, yeah. If Bitcoin is going to maybe find support around 38, 37K first, it might end up consolidating, forming a pattern on many alts, and then we'll find a great pattern to short. So look at this pattern too, right? These are the types of patterns you want to look for. Do you guys see it? Where you're seeing a support drawn with lower lows, right? Just kind of like that, where you're just seeing like a pattern where it looks like it's going to break eventually. Do you see the pattern in the channel? It's going to break one way, and you just look for the break in it to short the breakout if you can trade on a low enough time frame if you're experienced, or you trade the continuation. So that there's so many opportunities. It just comes down to you putting in the time. You got to be in front of the computer, okay? You can't, for anybody that's like, oh, I can trade on a single laptop, on a single screen. No, they fucking can't. You need to have real estate, okay? You need to have real estate with what's going on. Like, I don't know if you guys see my setup, but my setup here, I'm using a 55-inch or 57-inch Samsung Ultra Wide, the newest one that came on, 8K screen, right? So it's divided up into 3 monitors here. Like, you need to have multiple charts up. You need to have multiple things that you can see. Otherwise, you're just going to miss out on a lot of information. You can't trade on the phone if it's volatile either. You got to be on the computer. You got to put in the time. You got to scan for the market. So I just wanted to update you guys today. 30-minute update. I think I'm going to end it here. I'm going to see if there's any reasonable questions I can answer. Well, discovering health miracles. The advantage of trading in the perp market is that, well, first of all, you can leverage, right? And secondly, you can short. Like trading in a normal spot market, you can't short. Like, for example, on Binance, if you're trading in the spot market, it doesn't even show you the P&L. You gotta actually manually do the P&L yourself. So the futures market has its benefits, but also has risk because it allows you to short. So I'm just gonna end it here, okay, guys? So guys, if you're not in my Discord group, consider it, man. Go to my Twitter, click on my bio site here, Twitter profile, bio site. Check it out. Join me if you guys want to in the private Discord trading group. 3 months with me, you will learn more than you trust me. 3 months with me, with my material, with my content, the way I teach, you will learn a shit ton. Not only that, I have a course here, guys, the Emergency Bull Market Survival Guide. If you DM me, right, I'll get you in with a lifetime membership for a really good price. So you'll get the course, and you'll also get the lifetime Discord membership. Normally, it's $50 a month for Discord, and this course is so cheap. It's $200. But give me a DM on Discord. I want to see you guys change your lives as much as I've seen a lot of people change theirs. So DM me, take my course, join me in the Discord group. I will teach you guys a lot, and we'll go from there, okay? Thank you for joining me very much, guys. Matt Wilcox, I'll finish this one because I like him. The big EW count back from 2016, the wave 4 crosses just below the wave 1. Are you not worried about that crossing the wave 1? No, I'm not worried, okay? Okay, Elliott wave theory, highly leveraged markets. So I'm just going to show you guys one thing, like, really quickly. No, you can't be worried about that shit, okay? You can't be worried about it, Max or Matt. Leverage. There you go. Oh, look at, see, so I know this, Matt, you need to read the fucking first 13, as much as I love you, you got to read the first 13 pages of an Elliott wave book. Because if you read here, the most common motive wave is an impulse wave. Okay, in an impulse wave, wave 4 does not enter the territory of wave 1, which is what you're talking about. This rule holds for all non-leveraged cash markets. Understand that? Futures market with their extreme leverage can induce short-term price extremes that would not occur in cash markets. So what this is saying in the Elliott Wave book by AJ Frost and Robert Precher is that in highly leveraged markets, you will always and often see wave 4 cross into the territory of wave 1. Okay? So yeah, no, I'm not worried about it at all. So just to clarify that. So anyways, have a great day, guys. Take care. Thank you for joining me. And I appreciate you guys watching my content always. Take care now.